The fake source, Dámaso López Serrano, the fake source. Culiacán, Mexico. Everyone's told the little white lie, blaming traffic, faking a sick day, harmless. But what kind of person fabricates entire stories, feeds them to journalists, and then sits back grinning as the world eats it up? For Dámaso López Serrano, Mini Lic, deception isn't just a habit, it's his identity. And now, the narcissist who thrives on lies has finally been exposed. Recently, a story made the rounds claiming Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán had ordered his son Joaquín to snatch Ismael el Mayo Zambada. It was spread far and wide, treated as fact by people who know better and should have asked more questions. Didn't we feel like somebody didn't do their job when that happened, when it came out? I don't remember my take. I feel like my take was somebody didn't do their job, and how is Chapo getting information to them and back and forth and all this shit, right? But we said, okay, we hear a lot of things, right? That was one of the things that we heard that I believe should have been questioned. And that's what dude is saying. People just ran with that information. Again, Chaparro fancies himself, or people fancy him, the voice of the, let's say, the subject, right? Well, how if we can't believe you, son? You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Again, I always said his credibility fell short with me when I saw right after Mayo was snatched that he put up something from the grandson that said, my grandfather did it because he's a man's man and he wanted to see his son and blah, 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 blah. And then it comes out that was all bullshit. And I never heard him mention it again, right? But I do hear him mention that grandkid as the source again. I've heard him do that again. This kid playing around on the phone and you letting him? You're supposed to be the guy that's confirming shit. We come to you believing you confirming shit. But you're not confirming shit? It's bullshit? You're confirming lies to us? You're feeding us misinformation? You're allowing yourself to be duped? Say that then. I'm not no journalist. I'm not here to ask the tough questions. I'm going to let you talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say what I want to say. If something pops up and it's a hard question, that's just what I wanted to say. But if you call yourself journalism and you out here telling people that this is confirmed, that is confirmed, this is confirmed, but you just letting anybody tell you anything, you no different than me, bro. You just a dude on YouTube. Fuck are we talking about? It was spread far and wide, treated as fact by people who know better and should have asked more questions. There's just one problem. The letter never existed. Didn't I say, where's the letter? Can I see the letter? Anybody got the letter? Send me a link with the letter. Shout out Fernando. At some point, some of these stories of Mini Lic are real. Not sure which ones, but the man loves attention, being all up in the videos. Throw his ass back in prison. Man needs some more alone time. Yeah, evidently he didn't get enough. Huh? He was begging for more. Shy, how is someone in ATX with no human, ATX and ADX with no contact for their first years of his bid able to send out orders? That's what I thought. And then I thought to myself, well, what? Are these lawyers doing it? But from my understanding from talking to Jay Flores is the lawyers don't want no part of that, right? Unless it's sanctioned by the United States government, which it was with Vicente, right? Because we heard Annabelle say it, I think in the last video that I dropped, that she said, man, the lawyer was able to go back and forth, but that was sanctioned by the government. And I agree with Fernando's theory. There's a mix of real shit in there with bullshit, but we're not there yet. There's just one problem. The letter never existed. It was fake, and the man who created it, Dámaso himself. The same man now openly mocking the journalist who believed him. The web of lies. Given Dámaso's long history of lies, manipulation, and self-mythologizing, that's a big one right there, man. Mythologizing, boy. That ego is something fierce. I'm going to triumphantly walk back into my city. Does he get any type of benefit with this case saying that it was BS? I was thinking about that. In this world, motherfuckers just lie. People lie for a lot of reasons. People lie to draw a reaction out of somebody. People lie to cover and disguise their motives. People lie for a lot of different reasons, especially in that game, in that business, in that life. So that could be part of it. We'll see. But that mythologizing, man, it's big, bro. That's the ego right there, man. I'm going to be the one they tell stories about. He kind of seems like he's always been the odd man out. I'm the guy that got here because my old man helped the other old man escape. Y'all was new to this as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? You first generation. growing up on that side of the game, right? You mythologized this shit in your head because you was able to do what you wanted. But this right here, that's the real deal. Given Dámaso's long history of lies, manipulation, and self-mythologizing, some took it upon themselves to document the parasite for what he really is. This wasn't just an exchange, it was a safeguard against a man who's built his life on fabricating stories and manipulating narratives. This wasn't just an exchange. It was a safeguard against a man who's built his life on fabricating stories and manipulating narratives. Here's what was said between male number 1 and Dámaso López Serrano, male number 2. Mini Lic says, everything's going to work out for the best. Male 1 said, if God wills it, we're going to be okay. Let's hope that's the case. Mini Lic said, yes, of course. Dude said, by the way, I was watching Luis Chaparro recently, and I'd like to know where he got that letter that Chapo supposedly released. I'd like to know about it. I'd like to know about this if you can tell me. To me, dude already sound like an informant. Dude asking straight questions, direct questions, asking for information. I'd like to know about this if you can tell me. I'd like to know where he got that letter. Nah, hey, what the fuck was that all about? Nah, just, hey, I'd like to know. Can you tell me? Do you have this information? All right, by the way, I was watching Luis Chaparro recently, and I'd like to know where he got that letter that Chapo supposedly released. I'd like to know about this if you can tell me. Mini Lic said, well, that was all a damn lie. Everything was fabricated. Anything that you're seeing released online is fake. Even the videos released by Ocran Leaks are a lie. Dude said, what? He said, the videos released by Ocran Leaks are fake. Everything that you see online is made up bullshit by people who are straight lying. Dude said, Ocran Leaks? He said, yes, Ocran Leaks. Dude said, the thing is that Ocran Leaks even mentioned your story on his channel. Did he? How many times? Once? Ain't that what we were saying? That they don't cover the you know, the licenciado side of things? The thing is, Ocran Leaks even mentioned your story on his channel. He said, of course he did. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to sell those narratives. He laughs at the absurdity. Man 1 laughs at the absurdity of what he just heard. Male 1, I kept hearing talk about a letter where Chapo was directing them to do certain things. And I thought to myself, what the fuck? Luis Chaparro sure did have an effortless ability to have acquired that info. All the same questions we sit around and we ask over here. Hit the like button, y'all. Y'all being greedy. The math ain't mathing. All right? Luis Chaparro sure did have an effortless ability to have acquired that info. Mini Lic said, no, I don't think so. He doesn't have direct communication with Chapo in person. Do you honestly believe he talked to him? Male 1 said, I was led to believe that he did because he mentioned his contacts and agents and all these other things. Damn. Mini Lic said, nah, that's a lie. He's crazy. Male 1 said, damn, what a crazy guy for claiming that. Dámaso said, the narrative went out like that because I fabricated that letter. Male number 1 said, Mini Lic said, the narrative I made up is what he ran with. So he's basically saying, I gave Luis Chaparro a fake story and said, go on, run with that. Go get your fucking shine box. Go home and get your fucking shine box. Go put your career on the line. Or not, just give views. Go get views, bro. The narrative I made up is what he ran with. And the male number 1 said, hold on. Mini Lic said, that's why he claimed that story. But the thing is that he never admitted the truth about it, so that he could dupe his readers into believing that he had exclusive knowledge. So you made up the narrative about this letter? Male 1 asks. He said, well, you should already know that when it comes to deceiving people, we're fucking good at it. What?
No, mommy's weak.
Mommy's weak. Male number 1 laughs and says that was a great work of fiction on your end. What do y'all get from that? Do you take from that Mini Lic and Ocran Leaks is the same thing? Do you take from that this is him saying, that Ocran Leaks shit is bullshit too? Shit's fake. It's all fake, right? But he could also be playing the angle of it's all bullshit when a lot of it is real. when a lot of it is confirmable. It's the shit that you can't confirm that you got to worry about. It's the personal shit that they can say that can just... Yeah, I gave them a bunch of real shit. Operations, coordinates, pictures, videos, images, right? But I could make up a little story about these motherfuckers over here. Let me watch this. I'm going to put everybody up. Let's give Shy something to talk about. I'm going to put everybody... We're going to tell every story. Chapo got a letter. He sent a letter to the boys. How the fuck he send a letter, man? How you get a letter over there, huh? Or is he just talking to somebody he don't trust? And he's minimizing Ocran Leaks? Minimizing the power of his own creation? Or is he against it? And saying, Ocran Leaks is fake. Like everything else. It's all fake. Huh? When he gave Luis Chaparro the information... Did he give it to him as Ocran Leaks or as Mini Lic? Right? Is Luis Chaparro privy to that kind of information? Of who runs the show, who's who, which is which? Hit the like button. Why would dude ask him specifically for that information? If dude didn't know that he was the guy that made that rumor up. A lot of it is weird to me. I'd like to know when this video was from. I mean, when this audio was from and where it came from. But Mica's analysis, a fraud with a one-track mind. This Mica guy does not like this Mini Lic motherfucker, man. Dámaso has one trick, deception. He has no identity outside the Guzmán family. First, he wanted to be one of them. He dressed like them, talked like them, and mimicked their every move. But when it became clear he wasn't accepted, his obsession took a different turn. Isn't the beef that he has in Mexico, and the reason they want to extradite him is because somebody was talking about him like this, a journalist, talking about him like this, about him being a peon, about you being new money, about you being the new guy on the block. You're not them dudes. You're not them guys. They gave him the whole "you not built for this life" shit. But that's how this guy's talking. Dámaso has one trick, deception. He has no identity outside of the Guzmán family. First, he wanted to be one of them. He dressed like them, talked like them, and mimicked their every move. But when it became clear he wasn't accepted, his obsession took a different turn. This is beef between primos, huh? It reminds me, when he says he wanted to be one of them, it reminds me of the interview that Luis Chaparro did with him, where he said, oh man, their father didn't go to their weddings, came to mine. Their father didn't go to their this or that, came to mind. Their father loved me. I was like a son to him, and blah, 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 blah. He got deep psychological daddy issue shit going on there. And it seems that whenever somebody notices or reads it, he put a hit out on him. Mica writes in favor of the pizzas, not defending anybody, but his articles are more about defending them. Is it? He don't take the same approach with them? That's crazy. He just sounds like a guy that don't like criminals. He made it his mission to rewrite history, manipulate narratives, and try to convince the world the Guzmans were the villains while he was the victim. Well, I can see what you're saying right here, Jose Amado. It sounds like you're right there. He tried to make the world think the Guzmans were the villains. They're villains too, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's just more than one villain. I agree with Zoraida. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Tell your friends to come talk their shit. But he sounds like he's a sympathizer, a pizza sympathizer. He made it his mission to rewrite history, manipulate narratives, and try to convince the world the Guzmans were the villains while he was the victim. That's why he flipped. That's why he ran to the U.S. and cooperated. That's why he spent years fabricating stories, feeding lies to journalists, and trying to destroy the same family he once worshipped. He was a little one-man army there for a little while, huh? The U.S. government gave him a fresh start, a golden parachute, and he still couldn't resist trafficking Fetty Wap while under protection. A protected witness caught red-handed. In golf, a mulligan lets you redo your swing without penalty. After Mini Lic's latest disaster, I have no doubt the U.S. government that handed him this lifeline wishes for one. And so do many journalists. Dámaso thought flipping to the U.S. would make him untouchable. Instead, he's as irrelevant now as he was before. Holy shit. He spent his whole life trying to be a legend. Now he's just a footnote in someone else's story. Okay, this is the journalist that supposedly Mini Lic had unalived because he said bad things about him. When? It says this post is dedicated to the life of journalist Javier Valdez, who was gunned down in 2017. Mexico has requested the extradition of Dámaso López Serrano for his role in the unaliving. But there you have it. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Was this some kind of measured damage control to be like, oh, the internet's fake? What we do here is bullshit. Don't believe nothing I say. But what's he out here duping everybody for? And that's the thing. Some of them stories can be confirmed, and some of those things can be confirmed from people that were on that side of it. But then there's those things that are more personal, right? That can't be confirmed, that can be a lie, can be a fabrication, can be made up. Now he's identifiable as the guy that got the golden parachute and shit the bed.